dick, drink the piss. Suck the dick, drink the piss. Fuck MTV, I ain't afraid to say it. That bubblegum boy band shit, it's gay. Fist fight me, pick the place. I'ma fuck you up and then fuck your face. Timberlake, fuck you, bitch. Nick Lachey, you better lick my dick. NSYNC, that shit's for chicks. I'ma get the CD and set that shit on. Well, I'ma say it. Well, I'ma say it.
What fucking chat is this?
I think it's on yours between me and you.
This is like
Very dated.
This is like gay Limp Bizkit versus gay Linkin Park.
This is amazing. This belongs in the Smithsonian.
Did he say suck the dick?
Drink the piss.
Drink the piss.
It's our new theme song, unless we get sued.
Piss Boys.
Yeah. We live in a time warp where
MTV.
we never left the year 2001 or 2000.
Nick Lachey.
That should be your entrance music if you're ever a wrestler.
It is the Scumcast, the socially conscious Unitarian men's podcast where we talk about all things scum.
Shout out to Kyle Gordonis. That's the guy who came up with that. He's a social media influencer, Instagram actor, and he's fucking amazingly funny.
Well, he's about to blow up now listening to our millions of listeners going over to him right now.
He does a lot of period acting where it's like early 1800s, like life of a coal miner. He's like, let's drink some polluted water out of the river.
He does like Renaissance like fairs.
Yeah. Well, it's all just like little skits and stuff. He's pretty funny.
It's really funny.
And then he made, that's not the first foray into nu metal. There's another one where he's like, he pretends to be Slipknot. That one's pretty funny too. I forgot to send it to you.
So what was I watching the other day on YouTube? I kind of went down this rabbit hole and it was talking about like how in the year 2012, they were talking about like the phenomena where everybody feels like time is speeding up and nothing's changing or progressing. So they were saying that in 2012 there was like a convergence in the timeline where everything just became like static and development stopped.
We joined the gayest timelines together.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Right
there was I got a little smuck in the rape heart.
A little too much men's load.
Yeah, I'm gargling.
Stuck down there.
Gargling cum.
Drink the piss. Bro. Listen to the song.
Yeah,
okay?
Drink the piss.
Suck the dick, drink the piss.
And it was talking about this military operation. They're talking about a military operation where they were like, it was like a remote viewing thing where they could like view the future, but for some reason all like timelines converged into one in like the year 2012.
Yeah.
And now we're just stuck in a time loop where everything repeats and things come back and nothing is new
And everything's as retarded as possible.
Everything sucks. Everyone has depression.
Yeah. Everyone just gets invaded by India. And we slowly all become Indians.
Right.
They just stop producing soap.
I read.
Yeah. They never really produced it, but
I don't know how true it
I'm
is or
talking
not.
about we as a society.
okay. Sorry.
I saw that like I don't know how true it is or not, but 65% roughly of India is not on the internet yet.
That's terrifying. That's a big feet picture market, though.
But are they on the phone?
Well,
No, they just don't have electricity or computers.
I saw something
It's
like
probably for the best.
You know how we have the taboo of the send Bobs and Vagine thing. I saw a theory on that they have arranged marriages and stuff like that, so they don't really have to go through the social norms and like the social, I don't want to call it maturity, but there's no real development when it comes to like talking to women or it comes to anything like that because everything's for the most part arranged as far as
They're like, hello, show me your feet.
Is that why they try to rape them when they see them in a tank top walking on the street? Allegedly.
They don't know how to start a conversation.
Allegedly.
They
Yeah,
smell
just-
like curry, so
Just
they know.
directly to rape. There's no.
I don't know, but apparently
There's no courting. There's no courting rituals. There's
right,
no courting.
exactly.
I see what you're saying.
In
like,
my
yeah, that makes
country,
sense.
they feed
This
you
was all
to
Keith's
us.
This was all Logan's idea, by the way. Not my
Steve.
idea. Steve.
Logan Pornchai.
Logan Poneshire, our new host. I can't find this video. That's very disappointing. That's why I'm kind of scattered here.
What video are you trying to find
He
right
does
now?
another one where it's the same guy, except he does like a Slipknot impersonation, and it's just as funny or funnier.
The AI.
Oh, look!
remakes.
I found one of Josh's Korean future girlfriends.
Let me see.
Hey, I would.
Oh shit! Yeah. We were
That was
before
only
the
funny to
podcast.
us, but that's all it needs to be funny.
before the podcast.
Her chromosome might be down, but that boner is up.
That seems. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Like that's like a honey trap for pedophiles.
Let's see what the comments say about this one. What's here? Only downs?
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Well, for context, because the internet can't see what we're talking about.
that Down syndrome filter is a new type of weird.
There's
Wow.
a young lady that you can't tell is Down syndrome from behind until she turns around, so it's kind of like a thirst trap. It's kind of fucked up.
Ready? Here's the most fucked up comment. Bet it grips tighter than her hold of a crayon during arts and crafts
Oh,
time
my
at the group home.
God, that should be illegal.
One of the best things about the internet is the comment section. They never fail,
Just
ever.
the worst of all human instincts
It's
and just
so
thought processes. Oh, it's horrible, dude.
So wait, this is fake? This is actually fake.
Is it?
Is it?
I guess is this a Snapchat filter? Do they really have an AI
That would be
Snapchat
so
filter?
abusive
They
if
must.
they did that.
I wouldn't
That'd be
doubt it
so
at all.
That'd be so
fucked up.
fucked up. I can't believe that.
It's over, dude. It's over.
Yeah, we're devoid.
What's my
We're
Down
devoid of
syndrome
human- yeah.
filter?
We're devoid of humanity if that is the case.
Oh man, I'm gonna Google it right now. Snapchat Down.
I don't think
syndrome.
so. I don't think that that's possible.
Well, there's a
and if so, we've.
This filter has since been removed.
Oh
Oh
God.
my god, it was real.
Understandably,
Who sat there and programmed
a
that?
Down syndrome filter. That's fucking crazy.
That's fucked.
Oh man.
Oh man, I have a pretty.
Yeah, so we're just all on the same timeline here. It's the end timeline. We're all fucked.
Yeah,
We're gonna turn on the robots. Just hopefully the robots kill us.
It's only a matter of time.
Robots kill us.
I think the problem with the whole robot takeover fantasy is all the executives are too cheap to buy them in mass, so they'll just let us, die of disease or something. It won't be cool like iRobot or Terminator. They'll just see it as like a unjustifiable expense.
They'll be like, we're
to
losing.
build cool ass robots to kill us.
We're losing workers. We should probably just put some robots in their place
Yeah.
instead.
There won't be like a giant march on humanity and like a giant
Yeah.
Animatrix style robot.
They're just
war.
gonna phase out the humans.
Yeah, we just get dumber and they just
Well,
A
really,
slow
they
phase.
feed us lead and microplastics until we
Right.
die.
go
That
figure.
is cool.
Well, it's one of those things where maybe it's not.
You
gonna
forgot
be, like
about
you said.
fluoride.
Yeah.
Yeah, double the fluoride intake.
Drink the fluoride.
It's not going to be direct in the sense like you're saying that we're just going to get like Terminatored out, but we're
It'd
just going to
never be that
become
cool.
No, we're just going to be so like
Yeah.
incapable of doing things on our own that we're just
Yeah.
going to literally phase ourselves out because we're so dependent on
Oh, man,
technology for the most simple things. We're literally just going to die out and not replace ourselves.
That
We'll
sucks.
we'll be like dodo birds. We
Like,
just
all in
don't see
adult
anything
diapers
as-
and die with a murmur.
We just stopped fucking.
well,
I mean, you can't live with women anymore.
dying with a diaper on would be the worst way to go. Just,
God, fuck that.
it's like what is that?
Dying with a diaper on.
like in a feeding tube where you're like really old and incapable
Just
of
shitting
moving around.
yourself and
Oh yeah.
It's like a weird mix between like a Clockwork Orange and like what else is super lame? Yeah, we're not going anywhere good.
Clockwork Orange. What do you mean? That's such an uplifting film.
Yeah, I know. Where they try to reprogram.
were
the
you
guy.
being sarcastic?
They're just holding his eyes open. And you just have to watch videos of Joe Biden talking.
That's what they're gonna play endless hours of
Yeah.
CNN. Rachel, you're gonna watch Rachel
Rachel
Maddow.
Maddow, yeah,
Oh,
The
jeez.
View. You're just like,
this
no,
guy off
I'll
the
behave. I'll behave. I swear to God, I'll never do anything wrong again. You're watching like Lifetime movies and The View and
How about the
Whatever.
downfall of Bill Burr?
yeah,
Yeah.
Burr's done.
Bill
He's-
Burr went on The View.
What happened to him?
I don't know. His wife's black.
He's taken like the easiest kind of like.
He
let's
probably has
just be-
porn on his computer from like that. It shouldn't be there.
I wouldn't doubt that.
I don't know. He kind
Who
of
knows?
has like this anti-conservative thing, anyways. But it's
Is
like,
that new? Because it seems like
It's
not that
very
he
new.
I would never have picked him to be like a conservative in tradition, but is it?
I
like,
mean, 15 years ago, he would roast the people on The View.
It's always
and
like
now he's like agreeing with.
Yeah,
them
now
kind of
he's
thing?
like having like thoughtful dialogue and conversation with psychopaths.
I think it's just
Ugh.
convenient for him at this point. Like, what else is he gonna do?
He's like, how else can I get more famous?
How can I get more money and just
Very
stay relevant?
liberal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's
you figure you're a comedian, you kind of like, has stand for something.
yeah.
At
I
least
don't,
if it's nothing.
I don't understand the
At least
angst.
stand for nothing.
I don't understand against the angst against uncovering all this unholy waste by the government. It's like how can you be in opposition to that from any angle. It's like, okay, well, like maybe we don't particularly like the people that are discovering all this fraud, but it seems like it's pretty rampant, and it's
They don't even
ruining-
dislike him. They
it's-
dislike
yeah.
that he's uncovering the fraud.
Right.
And
It's
I don't-
fun to
doesn't make
watch
sense.
too. Like people just immediately turning on Elon Musk, and it's just like
They're so fucking stupid.
he was their hero like 5 years ago, and now it's just let's just burn all of his cars.
I see a bunch of stuff online about people trading in their Teslas to get gas-powered vehicles again. So all of
Not a
sudden,
bad idea. That's a positive outcome.
Well, it's just it's not the idea of it. It's just the fucking
Yeah,
the
it's
absolute lack of self-awareness. Where
Yeah.
it's like, you know, the environment was everything
Right.
2 years ago, and now it doesn't even fucking matter anymore.
Electric cars were gonna save the world, and
Right.
now
They're like, how dare SpaceX provide rockets to NASA?
Right.
Well, first of all, NASA's never developed their own rockets.
yeah, it was the
It
Nazis.
was either Northrop or
Grumman
Bowen.
or Nazis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Operation Paper. I saw something where it was
Operation
like
Paperclip. Yep.
someone was like, I would never support SpaceX because Elon Musk is a Nazi, and I'm like, yeah, wait till you find out
Yeah.
about NASA. Wait till you do your homework about
Who's gonna tell
Operation.
him?
Yeah, who's gonna tell him who Warner von Braun was?
But they did bring back those astronauts that were stuck up there that would not
You
have
think
been
that
able
that's
to come
real?
Yeah, they went up there and saved
I
them.
believe that. Yeah.
I don't think there's an international space station. I think it's a giant slush fund.
I mean,
Think so?
I've seen satellites go by.
Oh, I don't know. How do you get that much oxygen up there? That's the one that gets me. It's like, a scuba tank lasts you how long?
I mean,
hour?
they could probably put plants up there. They have scrubbers.
Is that how that works?
They have oxygen scrubbers.
I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't believe in anything. Don't ask me.
I'm with you on that. With it being jaded, like, was the moon landing real? I would be more surprised if it was, but I think we could have something like
Whatever
an
they're
international
spending
space
on
mean,
the
how do they
International Space Station.
How are they staying underwater for months at a time in a nuclear submarine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They turn carbon dioxide back into oxygen. After all, there is oxygen molecules inside carbon.
I mean, they don't. How long did they stay down there?
They stay down there
Months
there
and
for a
months
while.
at a
Yeah,
time?
dude.
Yeah, months and months.
Yeah. Then where does all the, I guess they could flush the poop out. I mean, that's
Yeah,
the
the
easy
poop can
part.
be
Yeah,
flushed.
that's easy.
Yeah. Plus, when they're like sailors, it's like I don't know how they survived on ships. It's like here's some hardtack, and like hopefully you can drink the rainwater.
Yeah,
Shout out to all the people that
dude,
went across the Atlantic Ocean on a ship.
we really underestimate.
Thanks for doing that for me.
Yeah,
I would have never made it.
and you're just there's no bathrooms on those. You're just
Yeah,
literally
just-
just shitting off
yeah,
the
you
side
just
of the boat.
Poop off. Well, it is called the poop deck.
Yeah.
The poop
poop
deck.
You just poop on the floor, and someone
go
mops
poop
it up
up on
every
the poop deck.
every other day.
I wonder how many people in
Punishment.
human history have
Pooped on the
gone
ocean.
fallen off to
Oh.
the boat to their death taking a shit because like the wave hits or something. and
Probably
then-
a lot.
Probably a hilariously high number.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It's like the original.
Wait, come back. We
It's like-
can't. We're on sails. If we
Right.
change direction, we gotta redirect the sails.
Like
That's
imagine being the guy at the
You're
bar.
on your own.
You get to port and everyone gets into the bar and you're the guy that gets to tell the story about the guy that died shitting off the boat.
Yeah.
But you like set it up like a funny story. It's like their version of Jackass. It's like, so what happened on the boat? You're like, I got this one. Let me tell it. Yeah, come on. This is a
Imagine the
good one.
feeling of like you fell off and you're literally just watching the boat just sail away
Yeah.
from you. It's
There you go,
probably-
Keith. Taking it to the dark place.
Well, think about it. It's the reality for that
You're
person.
probably happy. You're like, all right.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, if you're
You have
Josh, you're happy
scurvy.
about it.
You have scurvy.
Like,
you're
finally
just
it's over.
tired. You owe people a bunch of money because
Right.
they weren't there because they had.
They're just
they're having
fucking
fun.
each other. Yeah, you know they're
It's a bunch
fucking
of
each
gay seamen.
other. Ugh, it's like being in prison.
You're just full of gay
Seaman.
semen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's 25 or however many people living on this boat that's not that big.
yeah, just pooping and jizzing.
There for months.
Playing
Who
a
knows
little
when's the last time you
accordion.
saw
Can we
land?
get some Irish like sea jigs? Yeah, type in like Irish sea reels, reel and jig while we tell this story.
Yeah, we really
That'll-
romanticize stuff like the Vikings and just living in like the old
You
Western
do.
days, and that is not. No, I think a lot of us do. It just comes down to us being ignorant of the reality of the situation, and it was horrific, dude.
Yeah, anytime you were on a
Horrific.
ship for any amount of time was probably like. Yeah, this is the song they're playing. It's all the. I hate this fucking song.
Why?
It's
I
very
hate-
played out.
It's the worst. Yeah, it's just.
This is the greatest Irish song
yeah,
ever made.
because you're a fucking Red Sox fan. Yeah, of course, yeah. They're just
That
like
is true.
pooping on
You
the
are a Red
poop
Sox
deck.
fan,
It's like
yes.
it's like a musical number. They're all like dancing around and simultaneously.
Billy,
like,
come get a proper shite on the poop deck.
they're just drunk out of their minds. That's the only way they did it.
We need more whiskey.
Yeah, they didn't bring water. They're like, no, not enough room. Only bring rum.
They couldn't make the freaking water clean, so they're like, we're just going to drink alcohol.
Yeah, we're just going to...
Yeah, basically that's it, yeah.
Do you have more beer and wine?
Yeah. There's no way you could have brushed your teeth.
No, they brushed their teeth with piss.
Yeah, they brushed their teeth with
It's not a
whiskey.
joke. It's not a joke. They did.
Like tough biscuits.
Oh, what are you talking about? They didn't brush their teeth. You see
Yeah.
English teeth?
Yeah, it's true. How could they eat the hard
Like, "Oh,
biscuits?
your toothbrush.
They don't have any teeth.
That was the worst British accent.
Boy. Yeah, you skip 1,000 years of language development and go directly to an Australian accent, which is awesome. They're like our retarded cousins. Like they went in the opposite direction.
Who, Australians?
Yeah.
Well, it started as a prison.
Well, they're all
Yeah.
criminals, and they started.
They're like, send them to the other island.
Yeah,
send them.
that's what happened.
Send them to that desert continent.
Send them south.
Send them to the. Can you believe, like, nobody lives in the middle of like Australia?
Yeah.
Fuck no. Nobody
It's just
lives
like
30 miles inside Australia.
3,000 miles of consistent desert.
Of just
Yeah.
nothing.
Mines.
Yeah.
I mean, now they mine it a lot more.
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah,
nobody
I'm sure
lives there.
I'm sure
Dude,
there's
that's what
tons of
we
oil
should do.
down
We
there.
oh yeah, there's tons of everything.
We should just take over Australia.
We should just go live there for 5 years and just make a bunch of bogan money. That's
Trump
what they
should be
do.
like, we need Australia for national security.
That's what a lot of the like people that don't like do higher education do in Australia. They just go to Western Australia and they work like, you know, shift jobs where they're just like mining whatever the fuck is out there.
Right.
You know, oil. Do they have oil? They have oil.
They gotta
Got
have
to.
oil.
They
They've
have
got
to.
Look
everything.
how big it is.
Yeah, it's just a giant rock. You drill deep enough.
I
You're
can't
gonna find
imagine.
Yeah, you'll find.
Yeah.
You're gonna find
oil.
something.
The earth overlooks.
Palladium.
I
Australia
thought
for
oil is blood of the earth, and it's always being
Black
created.
blood of the earth.
The blood of the earth.
You mean oil? No, I mean black blood of the earth. Little Big Trouble in Little China reference in there. Appreciate that.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
That's a great movie.
We're gonna have to like just shit post on some karate flicks.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's my favorite thing. Is Mystery Science Theater 3000ing things. We still haven't done Twister. Wait, that's
The
somewhere.
original one
We
with
were
Helen
you here?
Hunt.
Yeah, we
No.
have that.
Oh, you weren't here for that.
No.
That was what's his face, the guy that looks like he's from Prodigy. He's been a guest.
What, he sat in on that?
Yeah,
No, he
was.
didn't.
Yeah, he was 100%. Dude, we were here for like 2.5 hours. You guys got fucking hammered. You guys drank like a bottle of tequila. It was fucking amazing. It was hilarious. I was the only one that wasn't drunk, and you guys were like fucking hammered. And I was like, "This is awesome."
That's how you're supposed to do shit
Yeah.
post movies.
So it makes it
You're not
funny.
supposed to do them. You're not supposed to do them sober.
I was doing like play by
gay.
play. You guys were doing like color commentary. I was steering the ship. You guys were throwing
They're
in.
driving towards the tornado now.
Yeah, we do an
Right.
Australian twister. Gotta use my Subaru Outback to find this twister. It rotates the opposite way because it's Australia.
I don't care what happens. I just don't want to lose me hat.
And your coworker, one of them's a kangaroo. He's like a diversity hire. He's like a cyborg.
Punching everyone.
He's an AI controlled. He has a, what do they call that, brain chip in him?
Yeah.
Neuralink. Yeah.
Neuralink, yeah.
It's set in 2022 or 20. I don't know, 100 years from now.
I don't even know where the hell this is.
Elon Musk.
It's a waste. Don't even bother.
Just search your hard
It's
drive.
already passed.
Search Helen Hunt Twister.
The people are
porn.
already tired of it.
It's got to be in there. It was good. There was some funny stuff in there. It got really funny. It got a little racist, but that was right.
You don't say.
When do you not get
don't
racist?
Say. I think there was only one black guy in the whole movie, and like that was like a recurring joke because it was like so awkward because it was so not a black guy movie.
Speaking of racism, I got my father in town.
Hey,
jeez.
shout out Pops.
Way to call your dad out.
Yeah.
Oh well,
What's he
it's all in good. It's all in good fun.
Yeah.
He told him to run a
He says all these different colorful things that are lovely.
keyword colored
Colorful.
things. Yeah.
Colorful.
He instructed Dave to run someone over at the airport. And I don't know if that's racist or just funny.
Funny.
Well, he waited for the two white people to cross,
Oh yeah, okay.
and then he was like, "Okay, now go."
Okay, I take that back. It was pretty racist. That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
That's the good stuff.
It's like he
I've learned so many colorful terms over the years.
it's like, you know how they have They Live glasses where like you put it on and you can see like the propaganda and like the
Right.
alien people. It's like, but Dave's dad like permanently has glasses on, where it's like he just looks at 2 water fountains and like one of them says Weisel. But that's like how he sees the world. You know, he's never been reprogrammed.
Jeez.
Good for him.
Look at this gay shit over here. What is this? Let's go with
What the
my
hell even
computer.
is that?
Yeah, that's you exercising with buttermilk,
with a
doing a plank.
he's doing squats with an orange
Yeah, a
juice
little
container.
little
Filled with
goblet
sand,
squat.
so it's like 1,000 pounds.
I dropped one of those on my toe. That's why I don't have a toenail. I almost lost a toe doing
Oh yeah, how's that toe doing?
the toenail finally fell off.
I can't believe you just fucking wear flip flops with like your gangrene toe just hanging there.
I don't know what else to do
He's
with
a
it.
Florida man.
I am Florida man.
And like the only pair of shoes you own are like
Walmart Yeezys.
or more like they look like Walmart hiking shoes.
Dude, those things have been with me since. Actually, I went river rafting in those shoes. That's the only reason I have them.
Josh is dressing up. It's like, oh, he's wearing his Walmart hiking shoes.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Look at
We
this.
go to help people move furniture up and down stairs and all this stuff, and he's wearing fucking flip flops.
I've gotten better about that. I almost fell down one time. I actually did fall off my truck one time, but it wasn't because I was wearing sandals. It's because I put a blanket like under everything, and like for whatever reason that it wasn't a moving blanket. It was like a one of those things you put over your car, like a sun shield.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
was cloth, which why would you do that? But I had one. It was my brother's, and dude, I fell directly backwards, and I just
Ooh.
happened to catch myself. I was very lucky. I could have
Lucky.
probably killed myself, which would have been better, but that was the only time I fell off my truck.
You got hobbit feet.
Yeah, they're tough. They've been toughened by the elements.
You-
I
you
don't
really-
need shoes.
You get with feet like that, you can go like throw the ring into a volcano.
Yeah, exactly. If need be, I could traverse Mordor. With my Mordor feet, my air Mordors.
The best explanation I ever saw of Lord of the Rings was watching Clerks 2, when they're like, it was literally just 3 movies of them walking.
Yeah.
He's like, even the trees walked.
Essentially, yeah, they nailed it.
And then he just threw a ring into a volcano, and that was the end of the movie.
Everyone clapped.
3 hours of walking.
I love that movie.
Me too.
That's the closest thing I have to heroin. It's just like putting on the first 30 minutes of that first movie. It's so comforting and awesome.
What,
It's like
were-
I could just fall asleep to this.
Hello, little hobbit.
Well, the first part is exposition that explains like the lore of Middle Earth. So there's like a good 12 to 15 minutes of just like historical retelling of Middle Earth. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Love it. Yeah, it makes me want to live in a grass house,
A hobbit hole.
a hobbit hole.
Do you know that it's still there? They left the set there in New Zealand. You can go visit it. There's like a tour you can take.
I'm surprised
Really?
it didn't turn
Pictures.
into like a theme park.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a theme park, but it's also New Zealand, so like it's really hard to get there. So there isn't like the foot traffic you would have at a Disney.
Right.
Because who wants to go to New Zealand anyway?
And they were just so lazy, they just left it there. Like, what is the New Zealand government gonna do? Like, they come after you?
Right.
It's like you're on your little fucking island. Like, come and get me. I'm Peter Jackson.
I'm Peter Jackson, or whatever he sounds like.
Whatever he
That's
sounds like.
exactly what he sounds like.
I'm
Actually,
Peter
I'm
Jackson.
Peter Jackson.
I love how everyone is Australian now.
I'm making a Lord of the Rings movie.
Lord of the Rings movie. That's more like a Cockney. I've been watching too many Peaky Blinders like YouTube shorts.
No fucking fighting.
Ah, man, I love that.
Scientists.
No fucking fighting.
I love that haircut. It's so stupid looking on everyone except for Cillian Murphy. It was only designed for his skull, and everyone else looks like a fucking lesbian. It's like a
What are you
lesbian's
saying there,
haircut.
Dave?
No, I'm just looking at this headline here. It says scientists just proved that the past can change.
Yeah.
So
I don't believe it.
How is that possible? We just watch like an hour long. Now.
If you feel that it's changed, then it has.
Yeah, I don't know anymore. We're having a little concert next
Be
door here.
inspired.
Someone just like
Yeah, dude, they were doing that the other day for like 4 hours.
what? We
Might
had
have
a party.
been 3, but they were just ball lash, and yeah,
Yeah,
they're just practicing their DJing.
a little live stream. What do we got?
Hammer in
should
the
I
bass,
should I
dude.
should I go yell at them?
No,
Nah,
nobody can hear.
just
it.
hammer in the bass, dude. The people below downstairs
Must be pissed.
absolutely can.
Yeah, they can hit the ceiling with like a broomstick. Yeah, there's no like soundproofing in that room. Like, is that what these ceiling tiles are?
No, they're not soundproofing.
Not soundproof.
These don't do shit.
really?
They just make it so there's no reflection in the room.
Oh,
Yeah.
so for videos.
So it's just like sound
No,
sound deadening.
Yeah, it's sound deadening.
Oh, okay.
Sound doesn't reflect.
But it doesn't stop like sound from traveling.
Oh, it just makes it not.
It just absorbs
clash.
it. It just absorbs it in our space.
He's like, it's for me, not my neighbors. He's like, fuck my neighbors. It's for my.
If I wanted to do that for the
my
neighbors, I got to build
listening.
like a floating floor and create separation between the floor and the bottom.
We're not doing all that. My
Not
brother went to an abandoned like office building, and you know how they have like the whatever they make those cubicles of.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that
yeah.
little separation
Right, the
thing.
dividers.
He took a bunch of it and made like soundproofing for his shed because he plays the drums.
Oh, sweet.
So he like nailed it all together. So
Sweet.
his roommates wouldn't go insane.
Good idea.
Yeah. Although they were so pilled out, I doubt they fucking heard anything. Anyways, dude, those guys were weird. They were just like constantly fucked up, and like they were doing like 12 different housing projects at the same time. So like as soon as they would get like 3/4 of a way into like repairing the paneling on the floor, they would start something else. So the house was just like you could tell like 12 projects were going on at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just like okay, like
A bunch of mostly complete to not much complete projects.
it's like
Just fucking
either
everything up.
a meth head lives here or like Tim the Toolman Taylor lives here. There's just like shit you would trip over, and it's like he redid the deck twice. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you guys spend a lot of money at Home Depot and get a whole lot of nothing done.
Mm.
Oh well. But yeah, shout out Colorado. That's like on the edge of the ghetto. It's on the edge of the ghetto. Did I guys tell you about the story that my brother's catalytic converter got sawn off his car like 30 minutes into me visiting?
No.
Did I tell you that story?
What?
Damn.
Yeah. So my brother rented a room from these guys, and he had a Acura MDX, like one of those like chunky Acura
Right.
SUVs. They're actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, like they're very, very like easy to steal catalytic converters from, and like the part of Colorado he lives on, it's like you wouldn't think Denver was ghetto, but like there's a place there's a place called Colfax. This is the oldest street in Denver. It's like the old like Central Avenue of Denver, like old timey, and so it's really ghetto, and like there's a lot of illegal immigrants there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also a lot of like bungalow houses. So they don't have like normal parking. So if like more than one person lives at your house, like you end up parking on the street. So I get there and we're gonna go like do this and that, and like we go inside, like to play video games or something. And like an hour later, he goes to crank up his car, and if you cut your catalytic converter off, it makes your car sound like a fucking monster truck.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's disconnected
No
from the exhaust.
muffler, yeah. So my brother's like, "What the fuck?" And so there's a fried chicken place that's like right. Like the property ends, there's a fence, and then there's a parking lot, and then like there's like a business commercial.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like how St. Pete is, where like you'll have 4th Street,
Yeah.
a bunch of businesses, and then like an access road. And so we go watch like in 4K, like 6 people like roll up at the same time and like surgically remove this fucking catalytic converter, like in broad daylight. So we ended
They
up
like
riding.
jack up the car and get underneath it. And
Yeah,
everything?
they just what was it? It was a SUV, so like you could literally wheel under it if you needed to. So we ended up riding bikes for like a week because my brother's car was fucked up. So
Damn.
like we didn't have a car. I was like, God damn it!
They're like, all right, here's the plan. We're gonna go steal this catalytic converter.
Yeah, they were black Australian guys, believe it or not. I don't know how you knew that. You nailed it.
Nobody asked them what they were doing.
No, well, I mean,
No
it
one's
happened
gonna
so
say
fast.
anything.
3 cars pulled up like in a they blocked it out. It was like professional. Like these guys were like chop shop,
Yeah.
pros.
Oh yeah, they've been doing this for years.
Yeah, they were 3 Mexican Australian
wild.
guys. There were like 6 of them, which is great.
And this
'cause
is where in California.
No, this was in Colorado.
Oh,
My
Colorado.
brother would
Go
have
figure.
pulled a gun and like started shooting at them. I'm glad he didn't see it. That would have turned into like
It'd have been ugly.
that would have been like an AR-15 shootout.
Well, whatever.
It's like we're in
They-
federal prison.
Why would he be in federal prison?
Wow,
If they were the ones
super
stealing.
It's super liberal out there. Yeah, it's Colorado.
Super liberal,
Denver's very cucked.
especially Denver. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
Denver's-
there last summer, and I just know exactly what you're talking about. It caught me off guard how fucking ghetto it was. Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness, like tent city everywhere. People like just walking around the streets, like the kind of thing where you stop at a red light and they just start washing your window for you.
Yeah, it's like Day of the
like,
Dead.
damn
Yeah, which is
The
really
drug zombies.
Which is really funny because like 2 blocks away from Colfax, it's like one of the nicest neighborhoods in Denver, and there's they have a great park system. That's the really cool part about Denver is it's like the way the city's actually designed to have people ride bikes like clear across Denver. That is the only good thing is if you do have a bicycle, you can literally ride all the way across Denver City like on a bicycle and not be murdered by a car because they have really wide bike lanes and stuff. But there's parks everywhere. So like these giant municipal parks between neighborhoods, which is really super cool, which is like the complete opposite of St. Petersburg.
Right.
Parks here are kind of like an afterthought.
Yeah.
Unless you're like at Crescent Lake.
Right. If there was a little bit of land after they did their development, they just called it a park.
Yeah, they just literally gave you like a basketball hoop, and they're like, all right, here's like
There you
a
go. Now let's raise the
Ed Morse
prices
Park.
of the houses by $50,000 because it's near a park.
There's so many bungalows. But
Yeah, that catalytic converter thing is really interesting. I have a friend out in Oregon who's had her catalytic converters removed multiple times, just right in her driveway.
Yeah.
Of a house.
Well, they can just case
Yeah.
the different cars that because some are easier to remove than others.
And they're even worse than Colorado as far as being liberal and fucking
Yeah,
homeless.
they fine you for having it stolen.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
They're like, yeah, this is an environmental hazard. We need
Yeah.
to put up like a tent around your house because you thought about driving a car without a. My truck doesn't have a catalytic converter. Did I tell you that?
No.
Something in my truck code kept tripping, so I took it to my mechanic, and he's like, "Yeah, He's just like, leave it with me because it's a CO2, it's an O2 sensor. I just have to look at it, right? Because it's a pretty common code." And he goes, "I just leave it with me for the rest of the afternoon." I said, "All right." So he calls me back. He's like, "Well, I have good news and I have bad news." I'm like, "All right, well, give me the bad news first." He goes, "Bad news, you don't have a catalytic converter. That's what's tripping the O2 code. Somebody must have taken it out before they sold it to you." He's like, "The good news is like Florida doesn't have emission standards." I was like, "Fucking tits." That saves me like
Sweet.
$2.5
No
grand.
inspections, no problems.
No inspections, no problems.
Bada bing, baby.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Frame could be like completely like crumpled
Rusted.
up, rusted out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, no.
If you
No,
drive
no
through
muffler.
If you drive
All
through the
good.
middle of the state, you'll see that. You'll
What?
see like 1995 Ford Tempos, fucking crushed rear end, just driving along.
I've
Somehow
seen
making
somebody.
it.
I've seen somebody with like a cocked frame where it looks like it's like moving, like the
diagonal and the
yeah,
wheels
it's
are going straight.
diagonally, and it's going like this down the highway. I'm like, fuck yeah,
They're
do
like,
what you,
I don't care. I'm gonna drive it anyway.
yeah, do what you got to do to get to the next part of your life. That's
Right.
what I always enjoyed
Just
about.
here to survive.
That's what I always enjoyed about bums. Is they'll ask you for an odd amount of money. They never ask you for a seemingly normal amount of money. It's always like an odd amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you
Yeah,
press,
do you like have $1.58?
yeah, it's never
So I
just
can catch
like,
the
hey,
bus?
can I get $5? It's never like a round number. And then it's like, but then if you ask them, it's like, okay, what are most of the time they're like, well, I'm just catching the bus.
Hey,
It's like,
man, listen, I ran out of gas. I need like $22.63.
yeah, it's like, well, what do you think's gonna happen when?
How do
you-
they all have the same tactics, like at the same time? Because it varies. It varies what they're doing, what they're asking, what they're saying, but they all seem to change at the same time. Do they have like meetings?
There's like a bum internet.
Right.
It's like, oh, you're a bum. Well, here, let me give you some pointers.
Here's the talk track. They're like Jehovah's Witnesses. They hand out pamphlets.
There's like a handbook for it.
It's like a YouTube channel.
So now you're homeless.
They're like, all right, if you're homeless, here's the best way to ask for money.
yeah. The one thing that I thought was really funny, this was
If
probably,
you write funny things on cardboard signs,
Right.
you usually get people's attention.
yeah,
Give them a sob story.
I saw one that said, I need money for karate lessons. Like ninja stole my drugs.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that's worth $1.
Stuff like that's kind of funny. You gotta be creative with it because the
Yeah, now
sob stories don't
that's
work
all
anymore.
passe now.
Yeah,
I
well, the
like
sob
it.
stories don't work either. Tom, this happened, and whatever, you're lying.
If they're
Even if
just
it-
like,
even if
hey,
they're
can I
telling the
get
truth, they're lying.
$2 for a beer? I'm like, sure, why not? I'd be
Right.
more likely to give you the money to blow on a can of alcohol than I would to hear some story that I know is not true.
Right.
A little honesty goes a long ways,
Yeah, true.
you know?
Holy Christ! I'm looking at some of the videos you sent me. This video here of this gentleman. He is a man of color, and he's like absolutely fat as absolute fuck, crashing into a Tesla truck.
Oh, yeah, this
four-wheeler.
was awesome. Yeah, there's Tesla vandalism has gone like supernova. It's probably not a bad idea because I was never a big, like, I thought they kind of sucked anyways because having bought a hybrid car, you realize, like, the aftermarket value sucks. And once the battery goes, you're kind of fucked. So, like,
Plus, you got that American V8, and why the hell would you pussify it.
Yeah, I think the problem is like they just kind of made it without any follow up. It's like the aftermarket parts for batteries are just like so fucking insanely high, and then they want to charge you like $5,000 to repair a battery, and then there's no fucking warranty. Like they're gonna give you like a 1-year warranty on a battery that costs like $3,500 to install. It's like fuck that. It's like that's bullshit. But yeah, good for all those people that are able to turn in their Teslas, because that thing's just gonna be a giant paperweight here in the future. But Tesla was never a car company. It was a giant computer. You're driving a giant data collecting machine around. It's not, you're not buying the car.
That's programming how to drive without people.
Right. It's just dumping all sorts of data. They're selling the data.
That's very true.
I think that's what all apps are.
Let's see here. I like this math equation.
Everything
you
is
sent me.
data collection.
Yeah, this is a good one.
He sent me a simple math equation. It's shaved asshole plus metal chair equals farting loud as fuck.
I want a
That is
hat.
true.
I want a hat that says that.
But when have you shaved your asshole and sat on a metal chair?
Remember
Well,
when you were
now
young?
we will.
Remember you were young
Yeah.
and in school or wherever, and you didn't have a hairy ass yet,
Yeah.
and you were on a metal chair and just fucking let it ride.
Let it rip.
You're like,
It's
all
just
right, I'm gonna let it go
acoustics.
now.
Now I have a
And you
shag
just
carpet there.
shat.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's an awesome.
Gee, that one, it was loud as fuck.
The best part is there's a whole like derivative meme of like all these like skeleton like badass like grim reapers, where it's just like it'll say something like, have you ever sat on your balls to the point where you had to go to the hospital and fart out your balls? It's always just something so fucking nonsensical, and it's just like, it's like, hey, liberal, get your cock out of my ass, or just like something fucking so stupid. Because it's just kind of shitting on the whole like badass, like what do they call that? Punisher logo thing. It's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like, it's like a derivative, like a spray can art. I don't know. There's like a whole
Yeah.
line of, there's a whole lineage of memes that are like that, which are just fucking completely great. I like the one about farting out your own balls.
Yeah, if you can get pretty witty with farting out your own balls, that's always a
Yeah.
good one.
What the fuck is this thing you sent? What do you send me the weirdest shit?
My algorithm is cursed. It's just like
It's
it's a Sri Lankan guy
Yeah.
washing his hair under a cow taking piss.
What the fuck?
I don't know, dude. I didn't make up the third world.
First of all, that's
I'm
like
just
it's like
reporting the news.
he's really showering. Like how much is that cow
It's
piss?
a lot of cow piss.
that is not uncommon. As odd as that seems, that is not uncommon.
That's terrible.
Got to get some of that taurine going.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Gives you a kick.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'll wake you up. It's like those extreme influencers that are always talking about adversity. They're like, wake up and gargle with piss at 2 a.m. That's just what living in India is. Just like, all right, time for your morning
Stick your
shower.
balls in ice water.
Yeah, stick your balls in your own ass and then wash your
Fart 'em
face.
out.
Wash your face with piss.
Piss. Piss
D-
washing.
DM me for more morning routines.
Fart out your balls.
It's a new success. Sorry, it's a new success influencer.
The dick, drink the piss.
Yeah, God, this song is just awesome.
Suck the dick, drink the piss.
So casually saying the words.
God,
Like,
damn.
suck the dick.
He's so funny.
Drink the piss. Na-na-na-na-na.
He does like Rudy. He's really funny. I forget the guy's name, but good for him. He found a niche. Kyle Gordon is his name. He's almost got 1 million followers. Good for this guy.
Let's see what this guy says over here. You got a little police officer one.
He's a vaudevillian.
Good afternoon. My name is Charles Roque. I'm the Chief of Police of Allentown. I'm joined at the podium by Captain Steve Bilkovitz and Detective Harold Bonzer of our Criminal
Oh,
Investigation
this goes on for like
Division.
friggin' 5 minutes. What is
The
this?
purpose
This
of
is like
press
a quick.
conference is to
quick-
provide an update
It was on
regarding the
TikTok.
news
Okay, whatever.
investigation.
What is it?
I want to take a moment to thank the following agencies who assist.
Oh my god, it's a whole fucking conference.
Okay, so
Anyway,
long story short,
the headline says this woman was charged with
on arriving
allegedly
at-
staging her own hate crime with a noose.
that she Jesse Smollett herself at like an office building in
And she's
Allentown,
also a city
Pennsylvania.
employee of Allentown, PA.
Jeez.
She got caught. What a retard.
What do you think will happen to her besides nothing?
She's fired.
Probably, hopefully fired.
Slap on the wrist.
You can now meet with Hulk Hogan for $6,900.
What?
Yeah, it's like a cameo except in real life. But you don't really get to hang out with him. You get to hang out with... You get to play Top Golf with The Miz.
You get to go on a car ride with his son.
You basically get to shake his hand. You get to drink his beer.
Nobody got
meet
that.
him.
Just let that go. Okay.
I'm sorry, I was reading. It takes too much power to do both. You take an authentic photo, you get to get something from him, and then you play Top Golf with the Miz, which is just like, why is that included?
Top
Like,
Golf with the Miz.
the
That's
guy, the
very
Miz?
interesting. Yeah, where'd that come from?
that's in the package. That's
Oh
what you
yeah,
get
I
for
get that. It's
$7,000.
just it's a funny add-on that you wouldn't really think of.
Is this a real headline here? Dua Lipa and Creed are at the top of the NFL short list to perform next year's Super Bowl halftime show.
That should be.
Yeah, why not?
That
Sounds
should
good
be.
to me.
That should be 100%.
Just Creed.
halftime show.
Make the halftime shows great again.
Tell you, Creed, Limp Bizkit.
Is it not kind of gay that when you have the opportunity to do a halftime show and you do it all about another guy? Isn't that kind of gay?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
That's like who was the guy that just did this year's?
Kendrick
Oh,
Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar,
It
which
was pretty much
sucked.
all about Drake, right?
No, it wasn't. It was just one song.
It's all about America being racist.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
You didn't see all the interpretive dancing?
Oh, I saw that, of course. Yeah.
Okay. You didn't get it.
Samuel L. Jackson as
Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I see your point.
But it was a lot of like teasing that song and all this stuff, and it was like
yeah.
little digs at Drake here and there.
What was my father
What the
saying?
hell's going on?
He goes, raising canes. Isn't that a racist term? Because I used to beat him with the canes.
He just like generally turns everything into racism.
He's like, and they sell it to black people. That's like how do they not complain about this?
That's amazing.
Raising
He just
canes.
doesn't live down here, so everything to him is like a novelty. He
Yeah,
lives
the
in like
northerner.
a sea shanty town where he doesn't deal with humanity and like technology and pop culture too often.
Oh my god, it is so stressful.
That's
He doesn't.
amazing.
He doesn't have he has like a flip phone
Yeah,
that he never has on unless he's making a phone call with it.
with a Bluetooth that he's.
So no, he doesn't have the
yelling into.
Bluetooth. So it's like no way to get a hold of him.
Does he have an attachment to his belt where he puts the cell phone?
No,
That would be the most boomer
You mean he
possible
does-
move.
he doesn't even carry it with him.
Oh, perfect. It's like in the room.
Yeah,
He doesn't get that it's mobile. He's like doesn't like put two and two together.
He's like, I don't even want to take it with me.
he doesn't have a smartphone.
Yeah, he's
but for
Australian.
some reason
He's not Italian at all.
he doesn't have an iPhone, but for some reason he has an iPad,
Yeah, it's called porn.
a porn pad.
Yeah, it's just so he can stay up to date on just racism. It's like it's not used for anything else.
He comes out here, he literally doesn't want to do anything.
That's awesome.
Like he's just like the most, just absolutely miserable.
He wants to go shopping, but he buys the exact same New Balance shoes that
I'm
he
like,
has.
Dad, I like you a lot more when
He
you're
goes-
drunk.
He goes to play it. Not what's the sports store? It's Dick's now. No, what is it
Yeah.
called?
Play it against sports.
No, the new one.
I
Isn't
don't
it
know.
Dick's?
It's Dick's.
No,
Dick's Sporting Goods.
The new one.
Morel, Moral.
What new one? There's a new sporting goods store.
Yeah, it's called.
As if we need another one.
Well, what they do is they sell them to another company and then they fold that bad company down and then they just like restructure all the debt. Not Sports Authority. That's the old one.
Sports Authority was the shit. I
Yeah.
used to love Sports Authority.
Now it was well, fuck me, I can't remember. But anyways, he just goes
$1 million.
and buys, like,
I mean, if you shorted like the
That's
seal,
coming
so one
through.
of the things that was scary about 2008 is they
that's
repackaged
coming
the
through.
bad debt.
Oh, that
and
one-
sold it
that's like
off
5
as
minutes.
derivatives
Yeah.
and as.
What do you mean? It's already, like, almost
CDOs,
done.
And then they did synthetic CDOs. They're repackaging all of this debt as something called CLOs.
Oh, just what
And
you're
they're
talking
selling it
about,
to all the
Josh?
pension funds.
yeah.
What?
All the pensions have been buying up this debt. That's what's freaking me out the most because the pensions.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna
have
crash
been
the
buying into
pension
private
system
equity
anyway.
and
Didn't-
isn't that-
exponentially
isn't that
on the
numbers
docket
of
over the
things
last,
that happen?
10 years
Yep.
Because
Crashing
pensions
the
are
what?
severely underfunded.
Any sort of like
Lots of
They're going to
city-
pull the rug out of
city-
the boomers
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Girl Scouts.
in this next recession.
Police,
Corrupted by
police.
private equity.
Well, people don't
Girl Scouts
understand.
of
Like these
America.
pensions,
Yeah, well, didn't
Can you turn that off?
in order to be funded, they have to invest in shit. So they'll like buy the fucking dumbest shit to invest in to multiply the money. And these are like municipalities, like
Yeah.
fire departments, police departments,
Right.
teachers union. Well, not unions, but like teachers' pensions. They have their own funds. So like that's
Because not enough people are paying into them, so they have
it's
to
not-
like
It's not only that
they have
it's
to do
just-
ways to expand the money.
That's part of the gig is that like they use that block of money and it's like the B team of investment, just like buying random shit that's like bad debt. So like that's what I learned when I was
See, it was better when the mafia had control of this stuff because they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna build a casino here in the
Yeah.
desert.
they know what to
We need 20 million.
embezzle.
Listen, it's all winnings, okay? You don't lose."
You always win with the suckers betting. Yeah, we might as well have just gambled on Hard Rock fucking casino instead of all the. Well, so when I worked for that educational technology company, that's one thing I learned is like a lot of their investors that were like buying into the company and like trying to expand the company because it was like all tech startups. they thought they were gonna like have people jumping out of the windows because like the company wasn't growing and like they backed the wrong like startup, and like 1 out of 12 tech startups works. Like that's kind of the math, and like 11 of them fail.
Right.
And so like you learn that these school districts just have these like B team investors that just go out and buy all. And what that video was talking about is like these private equity firms are going out and buying like. That's why you saw that bankruptcy filing for Hooters of America or whatever subsidiary. They just go out and buy dumb shit like that, and then like they're selling them these fucking bunk investments to offload the debt. And so what she's saying is there's a pattern that they're seeing. It's kind of like The Big Short in 2008, where you're just seeing them short instead of the big banks. They're just buying up all those bullshit investments, and then like these people are just gonna fucking literally hit fucking double zeros for like important pension funds, like municipal workers. You know, garbage men, whatever, if you work for the city,
Teamsters.
teachers, Teamsters, anybody that's employed by the government. So it's going to be just boomer Armageddon.
Good, I can't wait.
Well,
That's gonna be bad, dude.
It's going to be bad. We don't want any part of this.
It's
We
gonna be
want to
really
kick
bad.
it down to Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha.
We
Yeah, let
need a
them
new
deal with it.
scam. Sorry, kids. We're going to mortgage your future.
They can't come up with a
Oh,
new
that
scam
already
until the
happened.
old scam blows up.
Yeah. Well, see, I think that's the fascinating thing that like the atomic bomb was good and bad. Like it bought us out of like these large scale, invasion wars. Now we have to have proxy wars in shitty countries no one cares about in the third world, like Ukraine, Vietnam,
Right.
Honduras, all these little shitty countries. Well, no, I mean, they're not inherently shitty, but they're poorly run. But it's also like now the people that are used to running the banks, they were just used to being like, okay, like we've like sold all this debt over here in Europe. Let's just literally blow it off the fucking map and like kill everyone and bomb all their shit to the fucking ground, and then we'll just like redistribute it and like basically move the
It's like a big scheme.
pieces on the monopoly board around. That's what the wars are really about, or at least that's like the.
What are you talking about? The one in Gaza?
No.
Well, I mean, that's a newer issue because it's happening at a smaller scale. But yeah, that's a part of it. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on
Yeah.
with Gaza. But yeah, essentially what they're going to do is they're like, well, we have all these people as like political pawns, and now like we're just going to have to go through like the final part of our plan where we eradicate them and like bomb their fucking houses to like absolute zero, because it was essentially like an open air like 1984 like camp where they could like they're highly policed. There's borders on every side. Like they know exactly what you're doing and which way your fart's coming out of your ass. And so they just carpet bombed, the entire fucking Gaza Strip. And now they're going to come in and like they got caught. Like I read that people got caught like doing sales pitches for fucking like timeshares that hadn't been built yet for like fucking condos and shit in Gaza, like through the Jewish community. They were already planning to like as an investment scheme, and I'm like, this is like the most racist but also likely thing that is probably that just sounds like something like
They're going to make it the new vacation center.
they're like, yeah, invest in Gaza. It's the new
We're gonna have-
Club Med,
Up and coming place.
and it's just haunted by the ghosts.
We're going to have new shopping
fucking
malls.
Palestinian children. They can haunt you while you sleep.
Oh, Jesus.
That's rough.
Well, I mean, that's on them.
Hey.
I won't be going there anytime soon, so. But yeah, that's basically like we've run out of like, I guess, kind of situations where like we're not going to invade Russia or Germany or France, and so like all those old kind of schemes are done away with, and now they just use space lasers to like burn down Maui and then like start fires in California. It's like the old
I
cattle
think it was a
ranchers.
space laser.
Right.
It was probably arson, especially California. I think that was definitely either smart meters or there's something that was afoot there. Like, I don't know about Maui because that was a little bit more specific. And Lahaina, it's not that big. I had been before. It was just like it's like a little shanty beach town. There's nothing like outside of it being beachfront property. There wasn't anything there. It was just all like locally owned businesses and stuff, like little shops. And Willie Nelson had a pancake restaurant out there. It was pretty good.
Interesting.
Like, I don't know how involved he was, but like they would give you pancakes like the size of your head,
Oh, I love
and you
those.
couldn't. You would like, they'd give you like 3 of them. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this many pancakes?
Breakfast for 4
But
days.
yeah, you would have breakfast for like 3 people. They called it a surfer stack. But yeah, now we have like asymmetrical like financial crimes, like the 2008 subprime mortgage like situation. And I think the one that went on without anybody noticing was the student loans. They basically did the same thing. They just loaned a bunch of people money that are unqualified. Like
Right.
they knew those, those college educations and like the types of majors people were going into. They were never going to claw the money back. Like
Right.
how are
They
you,
weren't shit.
you're going to spend $250,000 becoming an English major?
Right.
It's like how are you going to put out any sort of income that's going to even remotely
Yeah, no
ever
chance.
pay off that debt? Like unless you just become a professor
Or an OnlyFans.
or you become an OnlyFans model. But I think like Gen Z and Gen Alpha are like skipping that now. Like they just kind of see the,
Yeah. Oh,
the
yeah.
educational.
Our generation got completely fucking tricked. 100%.
The rug pull, the educational, like I have a useless.
I mean, I was like, I'm not going to college.
Dave,
Like that.
yeah, Dave did the smart thing. He's just like, I'm gonna go to, fucking.
I'm just gonna be a dumbass and try to do things myself.
Yeah, well, hey, you've done well. I mean, you didn't.
We're hanging in.
You didn't get saddled with hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt that you would just. And the best part is, student loan debt is like the only debt you can't write off. It's
Right.
like they wrote it in the rules that like you're just a
It's going to
slave.
follow you forever. Yeah.
Like you can't get rid of it. And
Well, that's a
it's just,
part.
like,
That's probably a part of.
part of the scheme. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely a part of the scheme, but it's the government's way to ensure Social Security money or something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, you're going to keep paying this forever.
And that's where like I think it's so funny and it's so ironic that like whether I agree with half of the country or not that are liberal or Democrats or whatever, it's like we kind of have a common problem here, and it's like the government is mismanaging everything. Like why can't we get along when we find that the government is just basically stealing literally from everyone at like 10,000x the amount of money they would even need? It's so cartoonishly.
Because they're a step ahead and they're
Yeah.
telling their people, whoever, right or left, beforehand who to hate before that it comes out. And then when it does come out, they're like, see?
It's like,
And they
Can't
already
you
have the
see-
hate going.
can't you see that they're putting both of their hands in your pockets as well and like
Right.
literally taking your future from you and then just like, here's a check for $750.
Right.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Don't ask where it came from or don't ask what it's going to do in
Yeah.
the future.
That's literally just enough to do what? Like pay car insurance, buy like 3 weeks worth of groceries, and yeah. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, really.
Go buy a hand job while you're at it, because that's all you're gonna get. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's probably, not to get too political, but I mean, I think that's the biggest problem facing America right now is just like half the country just doesn't want to like give an inch philosophically, or like they don't want to give like even a little bit of kudos to
Right.
like saving the country, because like they just,
Yeah, I think that's the other
they'd rather
major part
see
of
it fucking implode.
Right,
But as long as they're driving the Titanic when it happens,
right.
I guess that makes them feel better.
That's exactly what
More
it is.
justifiable.
They don't
Yeah, it
ke-
just seems more
At least my
natural.
team's gonna destroy it.
Right.
At least we're at the helm as we steer the Titanic directly into a giant fucking meat
Right.
grinder.
If
Yeah.
my team has the ship, then their team
Yeah.
has the iceberg. So they're
We-
really the bad guys.
We won. And I think it's weird too, because like
Very strange.
a lot of it's boomers. But
Well,
it's
they've
like
been brought up with the TV from cradle to grave.
it's a lot too, but it's also a lot of young people, and that's the disappointing
Women.
part. Like millennials buy into it a lot. Like, all right, let's
Feminism.
say Kamala Harris
Fourth
won
wave, I think.
fifth. I think we're on the fifth.
Is it fifth wave, really?
Let's say for the sake of argument, Kamala Harris, won the election. Okay, whatever. And then the economy turned around and things were super good, and like the budget was balanced, and we stopped fucking spending money on bullshit. I'd be like, all right, you win. Thanks for doing that. I enjoy living in a better place and a better fucking situation overall. But it's like I don't. People are so short sighted. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let it all burn.
whatever.
Yeah,
indeed.
Doom
Yeah,
Pill.
that's true,
Dude,
yeah.
welcome to the Doom Pill
The
podcast.
Doom
the
Pill
Doom
podcast.
Pill episode here, guys.
Yeah,
Jeez.
well, hold on. Let's finish on a happy note, or at least a racist note.
Everything's
Hold on.
going down real hard.
Yeah, we're all moving to Australia. We all work
That's
on like
not the place to be anymore,
No,
apparently.
it's not either. We go to the
They
mall.
arrest people for like making memes.
They're utopian. The UK, fucking Australia, they're real fucking
I would be
utopian, dystopian.
executed on public
Yeah, it's not
TV
utopian.
on whatever their CBC. What is their national broadcasting?
The second you'd be like, hello, N-word.
Yeah, I just get shot coming out of
75
customs.
years in prison.
No, they wouldn't even let me live. What do they have? Oh, this was a good one. The lady that was too fat to get in the lift, she lost.
Oh, yeah.
That's a happy note.
She lost great.
Can we get a round of applause for that fat fuck getting some justice?
Now,
Hey, what was her name? I don't remember her
so
name.
now I wonder if the driver can countersue or anything like that.
He's probably just happy to fucking...
Well, I mean, I don't know how much he was dependent upon Lyft, but he was
Did he get
obviously.
fired?
I'm sure.
Yeah, he
I'm
did,
sure it was
They
the
kicked him
company.
off, Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so I wonder if he
Yeah,
can.
now he can sue
Sue
Uber. Or,
Yeah, good.
Lyft.
God, what the fuck, dude? Like,
Is the cure to male loneliness unlimited Texas Roadhouse rolls? Yeah, it sure is.
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
We
why
should
is
do that one
Texas
Wednesday.
Roadhouse so packed? I tried to go there Sunday night with my parents.
Yeah, right.
And it was like a freaking zoo.
It's like the last...
And it was like 7:15 p.m.
Oh, no, you got to go at like...
on a Sunday night. I know. I usually go for dinner like 8, but the old man was hungry.
Yeah. You guys had a stern discussion about going later, and he's like, "Nah, it's not going to be busy." And then it's just like a goddamn circus. You had to wait an hour, anyways.
They're asleep by 9.
Yeah.
They're
Texas
sleeping right
Roadhouse
now.
slaps though.
We were so we went to Applebee's instead.
Yeah. Okay. Dollaritas.
Yeah, I wish he drank.
He just $12 later.
It's one thing to be miserable and not be an alcoholic.
I think I've learned that.
Be an alcoholic, but
I think the last 6 months of my life, I think that's the lesson I've learned.
You
If
should
if I'm gonna be this miserable, I might as well drink.
exactly. If you've been
I'm not
miserable.
really getting any better. Things aren't really working for
This
me.
isn't helping.
I might as well have shots of Jägermeister.
Just down it.
Yes.
At least 2 enough to make me happy.
That is absolutely the truth.
Conor McGregor officially announces his run for the president of Ireland.
Be very interested to
That
see
would
with
be
that.
awesome.
Shut your fucking mouth when I'm talking.
Yelling at
Well,
all
he
the
just came to the White House.
He was
pretty
getting
recently.
pointers from Trump. He's getting ready.
Yeah.
He might as well stay. Let's bring him on Team
He'd be like,
America.
you'd be a great prime minister for Ireland. Very tough. Very hard.
There is a mountain
Just
of
like my wiener.
there the mountain of trash is eclipsing Delhi, India. That's great. It's literally like a
my
landfill
God.
that's literally taller than the city of New Delhi.
These are the things that brighten your day.
Yeah.
right here.
Just the despair on these people's
The
faces.
mountain of trash is growing taller. It's imposing its will over the city. It is blocking out the sun.
Yeah, it's literally the plot of Idiocracy, which is where the mountain of garbage gets so high it just falls on top of everything and buries people for,
But
Oh my
really,
God, it's a
like-
trash slide.
It is a trash slide.
But really, we realistically though, we ourselves have golf courses on top of big giant piles of trash.
At least we're
ourselves, so-
utilizing
At
it.
least we're
Right.
smart enough to bury it. I mean, there's it'll turn into petroleum in 500 years.
Just bury it and throw a bunch of grass on top of it. It looks pretty.
Yeah, just throw the car batteries in there.
You have like one little vent to get all like the
gas.
methane out.
Yeah, yeah.
Just burn that off.
Yeah, all the radon that is just like growing. It's just like a whatever they call that.
all the batteries and stuff.
But at
that
least
are
we
in
can
there.
play golf.
What else do we have? We have this was great. This was the happy note we'll end on. Indiana teacher accused of gangbang with junior high students. She
I
asked them,
saw that.
She asked them to wear scream masks.
Junior high,
And she's
students, that's
ugly too. Like
crazy.
holy
Hey,
crap.
Hey, that is fucking awesome. First of all,
Let's
is
go to
awesome.
our teacher gangbang and wear these
with
scream
with
masks.
That's also such like a late '90s, early 2000s
Classes in
throwback
session.
reference. These kids didn't see that movie.
Show Keith a picture of what she looks like.
Yeah,
I
she's
saw that.
pretty harsh
Yeah,
looking.
she
Yeah.
sent.
What would you rate that?
She's no prize. I mean, that's obviously a mugshot.
Mugshots are always tough.
She's like a hard 4.
Yeah.
She's a
So-
5.
all right, so that's pretty low.
Not even a 5. 5 is average.
Yeah, she's below average.
People
She's a
have this
4.
fucking weird thing where on the rating scale they think 7 is average. It's not.
No,
5
sevens
is
are
average.
great.
You fucking weirdos.
An
I know
adjustable
7
6
is
is
above average. 7 is 2 points above
standard
average.
deviations, huh? An adjustable
Well,
7
you don't
is
know-
great.
You math retard.
No one's gonna say like, well, she's a 3.
but
No one's gonna say
why not?
that.
But that's realistic. If she's not that good looking, that's a fucking 3.
What's
That's
a 3?
A 3 is
not that good looking.
rough.
Is she missing teeth?
A 1 is like a
Yes.
burn.
Gray hair.
A 1 is like a burn victim. It's like,
Let's pick another example.
well, I mean, like, not to punch down on burn victims, but
A meth head. Let's say a fucking meth head
is
with missing
also
teeth and
slightly
a burn victim.
Oh,
Jesus.
one, yeah. A homeless crack whore.
Yes,
yeah,
that's a one.
That's a one.
yeah.
And then the 2 would be someone who's like obscenely fat. You know what I mean? Really.
Can a
really
1 be
gross.
obscenely fat,
Yeah,
too?
absolutely.
They can be a
Absolutely
mixture of all the things.
Oh, God. Can you
It's a
imagine?
Or like
sliding
super
scale.
skinny. Like
But an
one of those, like
average
a
woman.
Gollum.
Right,
Gollum would be 1.
Yeah.
Like just a Gollum. Like,
I mean, I'd give Gollum a solid 2.
yeah, personality goes a long way. A friend of mine who will remain nameless one time told me a story, and he used to do. He was a nightclub manager, and he banked. I mean, he must have ran through. I don't know. He put up numbers. Let's put it that way, right?
Being a
And,
micromanager, yeah.
I was just like, I got him really drunk one time, and I'm like, what's like the lowest number? Like, what's the worst chick you've ever fucked? And like, tell me the story of how it happened, if you remember. And he was just like, this chick was just like, he called her a slam pig, which was awesome.
Yeah, I love that term. That's
And
a great
he was
term.
like, that's where I got the term. I won't name the guy, but that's where I got the term from. He was a USF legend. He's like, I banged her in my car and then drove around the back of the club where the dumpster was and made her get out by the dumpster. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, what number would you give that chick? And he goes, I don't know. She was like a 4. And I looked at him.
No, you would not do that.
No, listen. I looked at him, and he's a big chain smoker, and he looked back at me, and he just like took a sip of his drink, and he just took a long drag on his cigarette, and he was like, yeah, she was a 2.
Yeah.
Dude, that was probably the hardest I ever laughed in my entire life.
Very
I was
contemplative.
Like, I was like, God damn, dude. I was like, you're an all-star. I love you, bro. I've known that guy since I was in middle school.
Oof, that's so funny.
Yeah, 2's pretty bad, but
Wow, I love how my phone's like recording this whole.
I appreciate the honesty.
Like it's recording all in text.
But
I
I mean,
looked at him, and he's a big chain smoker, and he looked back at me, and he just took a of his drink, and he just took a long drag of cigarette, and he's like, "Yeah, she was a 2." Ha 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 ha.
the delivery.
Dude, that was probably the hardest I ever laughed at my entire Larry competitive guy. What?
The delivery was like a fucking. It was like what's the movie with the Silent Bob? What's the name of that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
Mallrats.
It was like a Mallrats scene. It was fucking legendary.
All right. I think that's a good.
I think it's a good story to end on. It's very
Yeah.
encouraging.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning into the Socially Conscious Unitarian Men's Podcast.
Keep your head up, guys.
Suck the dick.
If you're a 2, you can
Drink the piss.
always get banged out by a dumpster. So keep
At least you're not a 1.
keep your ambitions sky high.
Keep your chins up.
Yeah, keep your chins up.
Even the ones don't kill
Yeah,
themselves.
play us out with the drink the piss music. If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Good way to end it.
Why is it not going there? It keeps going to the Down syndrome girl.
Your phone is cursed.
Oh, you like this one? Where's?
All right, why not? Yeah. Thomas the Train was just following orders.
Oh, God.
Yeah, why not?
All right,
We'll end
yeah,
on this
fuck it,
one,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Good
No,
job,
no,
Thomas
hang
the
on.
Train.
It's already
All
there.
right, hold on. Yeah, let it ride. Turn it up.
Suck the dick. Drink the piss.
Thank you for listening, everybody. And if you are listening to us still, stop.
I ain't afraid to say it. The bubblegum
Check us out on
boy
Instagram, The Scum
bitch.
Podcast.
Fist fight me, pick the place. I'ma fuck you up and
Bye,
then fuck your
bitches.
face. Timberlake, fuck you, bitch. Nick Lachey, you better lick my dick. Insync, that shit's for chicks. I'ma get the CD and set that shit on fire. Well, I'ma say it. Well, I'ma say it. Well, I'ma say